Kia ora koutou katoa, nau mai hara mai ki te ao Hākinakina, your sports show right here on your Tribal Pulse, te kore mako o Taranaki, 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. Well, she's definitely not one to be messed with, whether it's in the ring or out on the field. She's tough as nails. She's had an awesome career in both rugby league and rugby union, but then set off on a new journey in the world of boxing. Please welcome New Zealand heavyweight boxing champion, Sequita Hemmingway. Kia ora, sis, kei te pēhia koe.
Kia ora, kei te pai au, pēhia koe.
Oh, pai ana. It's good to have you on the show. I headed out to your fight just before Christmas, and I thought, I've got to get Sequita on the show. So it's lovely to have you here on the show with us, Sequita, and we're going to get underway. But firstly, ko wai koe, no he koe, a bit about yourself and where you're from.
Ko Sequita Hemmingway tōku ingoa, no irireina ki Waikaremoana moana. So I'm from a little place on the east coast called Waikaremoana. We used to catch a bus to go to school for an hour there and then an hour home. I'm a mum of two. I've got my son's turned 21 in April, and my baby girl's 13 and off to high school this year, so that's a big experience for us. And I am currently a probation officer down in Palmerston North, looking after all the young youth down here, ranging in age from 17 through to 26.
Awesome. That'd be a very interesting role, that one. But hey,
it is.
Hey, you mentioned where you were brought up. Can you give us a little bit more insight into, your earlier life up that way? And were you brought up in like a sporting whānau up there, or is it something that you kind of took on your own accord?
Where we are, it's just a little village. So it was just all our cousins. And I think we played hockey, and bull rush would have been our biggest sport. And until we got a little bit older, and then we got into hockey, and then once we hit high school, that's where the netball and that sort of came in. And then I didn't start playing rugby till I was like 16 because, the contact scared me. But my brother was a good rugby player and stuff, so, yeah.
Oh, I bet bull rush, it would have been some of the boy cuzzies there, eh? That would have helped a little bit, toughen you up, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Oh, awesome. So, you mentioned hockey, then you got into rugby union. So rugby league or rugby union, what code were you playing first? And then how did the switch occur?
I was playing rugby union. So it wasn't until I moved to Palmy that my mate was playing. He's like, oh, come and have a go. So I was like, oh, I don't really like getting tackled or getting hurt. Jumped on, played rugby. I travelled down on the bus on a Friday with my baby from Taranaki down to Palmy so we could play rugby, and then they started up a league team. And then on a Sunday, we'd travel down to Wellington to play rugby league. So just sort of chopped and changed between rugby and rugby league for a couple of years. Rugby Saturday, league on a Sunday. I don't even know how we survived half the time.
Actually, I think I remember when you guys were doing that. It's pretty impressive, all that travel away just for the love of the game and to be around your mates. So you played at a decent level as well. You played for the Mid-Central Vipers and also the Manawatu Cyclones in the Whara Palmer. So you must be very proud of this, and you must have some fond memories of those rugby league and rugby union days.
Oh, definitely. When you're watching rugby and then you get to watch the likes of Salika Winiata and Chock when we're playing rugby league and stuff, and you get to actually play alongside them, and then you learn everything they have to offer to you. And I think I was really lucky that Salika, also known as Shorty, took me under her wing. So she was able to help me drop about 50 kgs. We'd just train with her all the time. And it's good to have those people that offer that knowledge to you and are willing to offer their time to help you be a better person in sports and stuff.
Yeah, so are you still involved in either game in any way, shape or form, or all finished now?
Oh, I have a dabble every now and then, but if I dabble, then I've got to make sure that it's not my name on the team register list. I've got to be someone else's name because then my boxing coach growls me.
There you go, whānau, for you boxers out there. Make sure you get a different name on the team list. Crack up. Now, speaking of boxing, it's a pretty amazing sport. Ruthless sport, though. Very ruthless sport. How did you get into boxing? Where did that start?
So after COVID, we decided we'd go to boxing just to get fit again for rugby. Yeah, so because fitness in boxing is phenomenal, so we were like, oh yeah, that'll help us get quick fit fast. And then my mate signed up for a fight, and so I was like, oh, I'll train with you, because boxing has to be one of the loneliest sports out, because it's just you. It's you in the mornings, it's you in the afternoons, it's just you in there. And so I said, oh yeah, I'll jump in and I'll train with you. And then about 3 weeks out from the fight, she couldn't do it because she was being an MC at a wedding. And my coach was like, oh, I've got someone that can take your spot. And he's like looking at me, and I was like, oh, no, I don't like fighting. I was like, I'm totally the wrong person for this. But he just kept pushing me. And, yeah, we ended up doing our first fight.
Wow.
It's just sort of gone from there.
Gone from there, eh? Meant to be, meant to be. So it's been a bit of a journey for you, but what does your day look like, and what does your week look like in terms of your boxing training?
So I'm up at 4:30 in the morning, at the gym by 5. Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, it's weights and cardio. Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's a 5K run, and then I'm into boxing training. Back home by 7, 7:15 at the latest, get my daughter ready, get ready for work, at work by 8:30, out of the office by 5, back at the gym at 5:30 to be home by about 7:15. So it's just, yeah, crazy.
Wow, there we have it, Bana. I thought I had it hard. Super mama right there, putting in the time and the effort. Hey, but it's obviously paid dividends, because now your boxing journey's been an awesome one. 4 wins, 6 losses, and even having the honour of winning the New Zealand heavyweight title, not once but twice, I believe. So tell us a little bit about this boxing journey and kind of where it's taken you.
And so, yeah, we started off with a couple of corporate fights. I think I had two and a half corporate fights. And then my coach emailed me one day and he goes, oh, have a check at this girl. So I was like, oh, yeah, had a look at her. I was like, oh, she's mean. Didn't realise she was like the top New Zealand boxer. And then by lunchtime, one of my friends had sent me an email. She's like, sis, have you seen this newspaper article confirming that I was fighting the top of New Zealand boxing? So I went and had an argument with my coach, and I was like, oh, what are we doing here? But, it was good. We went away. We came away with the win there. So that was massive, because it was a massive upset for just New Zealand boxing in general, just because I was a Joe Blogg who played rugby. And then I come away and bet Ari Meliese, she's amazing. And it's just gone on from there. For like Daniels, Tinta Smith, been to Australia a couple of times and fought Shea. I am currently the New Zealand Pro Box champ and the New Zealand National Boxing champ. So I'm a 2-time NZ champ. There's 4 bouts out there. I think we're going to try and find who's got the other 2 if they're vacant, and we're going to probably have a dabble at those, or because of where I'm sitting at the moment, potential for a world title fight. So, yeah.
Wow, how's that? I read something about, I think you got world ranked 3rd. There was one part there in your career you were ranked 3rd, ranked 6th, which is amazing, worldwide. So you must be super proud of that.
Definitely, especially because I'm just this Māori girl from the East Coast, and when people ask where I'm from, they look at me like, hey, are you sure that place even exists? But it's good, because it's teaching our younger generation that no matter what age you are, if you're willing to put in the hard yards, then you can do anything. And it's really helping me with my job right now, because, the youth I work with had, the stuff they've been through, but it's choices we've made, and
it's inspirational to see. So throughout that journey, I'm sure you've had plenty of ups and downs along the way, injuries, maybe having to cut weights for fights. This must be challenging mentally, but obviously helped you a lot throughout your career.
Definitely. Like I said, boxing is the most loneliest sport. It's you that's doing the weight cut. You miss out. I had a friend's wedding and a hen's do, and I just had to go and watch. Couldn't drink, couldn't eat. Me and my coach now, Jeremiah Sewa, we went to Australia by ourselves, and that had to be one of the toughest times I've had. I was rung Natty, my friend Natty Hopapa, crying in the shower because I couldn't cut the last kg of weight, but we'd just flown to Australia and then all the different stuff. There's been plenty of times I've cried in the shower. That's one thing I don't do, is I'll never let my coaches see that I'm hurting. I'll never let my baby see that I'm hurting, but I'll quite happily stand in the shower, have a cry, get my stuff together, and then like, right, it's another day tomorrow, let's carry on.
Wow, there we go, Whānau, for all our listeners at home. That's how you push through, man. That's how you push through. So what is it about the sport that you love? Obviously, you're a mama of two, so it'd be, must be hard for you, but you obviously love the sport to keep going. What is it about the sport that you love?
I don't know if I really love the sport. My coach, he's the reason I keep pushing. He, the faith he has in me and the way that he always backs me. And when you've got someone like that in your corner in my gym, they just continually back you. And then watching all our youth kids coming through, and because we do a lot of boxing classes for young kids from the age of 4 through to 15. And then so just having them watch you and watching you succeed, that's what keeps me going. I'm not really fond of getting punched in the head, but then I'll take a punch and I'll smile too. So it's just like, well, you must enjoy something about it. But yeah, I'll keep going as long as my coach is happy and the kids are learning, and it's teaching them that they can strive to do what they want to do too.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So if just lastly, if there was one bit of advice you could give sporting mamas out there or aspiring young sportswomen in general, what would it be?
Just give it a go. We all get scared that we're not good enough, or we see people and we're like, they're amazing, I can't do that. But if we're willing to put in those hard yards, then anything is possible. And as long as you're willing to push, then the world is your oyster. You can do anything.
Oh, you've definitely done that, Sequita, and we're going to claim you here in Taranaki too, because I know you spent some time here. So you're one of ours. So just lastly, watching your fight in Stratford before, Christmas was all inspiring. To see you push through what was a dog fight early in that fight, to show your grit and determination to get stronger as each round went on, shows your mana to the fullest. So well done on all that you've achieved thus far and what you're about to achieve heading into the future. And from all of us here in Taranaki, we wish you all the very best, and we're cheering you on.
Thank you.